like to go ahead and call the Rockland Fire Protection District public hearing and Board of Trustees regular meeting to order at 6:01 p.m. In attendance, we have myself, Trustee Monsky, Trustee Dunn, Trustee Mack, Attorney John Kelly, Chief Costa, and Chief Rivers. And please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, liberty and justice for all.
Okay. We need to make a motion to open the hearing, or just open the hearing?
Yeah, make a motion.
Make a motion. I'd like to make a motion to open the public hearing on the ordinance adopting the budget and appropriations of the Rockland Fire Protection District, Lake County, Illinois, for the fiscal year beginning May 1st, 2025 and ending April 30th, 2026.
I will second the motion, Mr. Chairman.
And I will open the hearing at 6:02 p.m. Oh, should I have a vote? I'm sorry.
Yes.
Roll call or voice vote?
Voice.
Voice vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed?
Okay. So, this year, like most of the years in the past, since the fire department ceased to exist and we became a paper district, we budget pretty much on a moment-style budget. So this year's budget will be the same as last year's budget, with two exceptions. One is a small increase in the cost of the liability insurance, and the other is the annual increase in the services IGA. So in total, the appropriation will be $671,148, which is roughly a little over $19,000 more than last year due to those two increases. So just a touch under 3% growth. So as you know, our sort of our approach to budgeting is we do a liberal budget, a very liberal budget, so that if there are any significant inflationary increases or large unexpected expenses, we will be able to take care of them without having to amend the budget. That being said, just because money is budgeted or funds are budgeted doesn't mean we're going to spend it. We track our expenses very closely. We are not in a situation that some entities are using or losing. Anything that if we budget it and we don't spend it, it then rolls into the reserves. So it's always there for us. There's no pressure on us to spend money just because we can. Okay, and let's just get you quick highlights on that. We'll say the building operations were going to appropriate $38,000. For district administration, $45,000. The fire and rescue, the 40% portion of the IGA, $225,914. So total corporate fund expenditures, $316,595. We'll also move $78,704 from the corporate fund into the ambulance fund, because the ambulance fund, the revenue that we bring in each year on the ambulance fund doesn't cover the ambulance expenses, so we just move money from it. On the ambulance fund, we will appropriate $271,688.56, and again, we'll move the $78,700 over. And then finally, just on the liability fund, we're appropriating $4,160. So that's pretty much it in a nutshell. The total appropriation, just to circle back one more time, is $671,148. Any questions?
Questions? Less of a question than a comment. If I recall correctly, the increase in the IGA that's a glide slope number. That's based on a set amount of
It's a formula.
Yeah.
It is, I think, capped at 4% on high side. Well, I don't remember, it's like 2% on the low side, and other than that, it follows the CPI.
Exactly.
Yeah. But it is bounded on both ends.
But I think the important thing for anybody who's watching this is not an arbitrary number. This is driven by a formula, it comes out on the side, and for the terms of the IGA, it's bounded on the top and on the bottom. There's a minimum on the bottom, because things go up every year, and there's a number on the top largely bounded by the fact that there's a cap on how much tax we collect every year and how much it will change. So
Yeah,
I think that's important for folks to know.
Exactly. We could, without going through a lot of machinations, we're kind of capped at 5%, and this is capped at 4%.
Yeah.
So,
Any other public comment? Okay. Then I would like to make a motion to close the public hearing for the ordinance adopting the budget and appropriations of the Rockland Fire Protection District, Lake County, Illinois, for the fiscal year beginning May 1st, 2025, and ending April 30th, 2026 at 6:07 p.m.
I'll second the motion as tendered.
Voice vote, all those in favor say aye.
I think we have to do it by, oh, no, I'm closing.
Voice vote's fine, right?
Yep.
Aye. 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 Anybody opposed? Okay. Now, I'd like to go ahead and open the regular meeting, or call to order the regular meeting of the Rockland Fire Protection District at 6:08 p.m. I'll take any motion for that. Meeting is open. Discussion, action, ordinance adopting the budget and appropriations of the Rockland Fire Protection District, Lake County, Illinois, for the fiscal year beginning May 1st, 2025, and ending April 30th, 2026.
I'll second the motion as tendered.
A motion to approve the ordinance adopting the budget appropriations May 1st, 2025, April 30th, 2026. So that's the motion. Seconded. This one needs a roll call vote. Trustee Dunn?
Aye.
Trustee Mack?
Aye.
Trustee Malinowski? Aye. Cool. All set up, John? Yes. Just want to make sure you're good. Okay.
We're moving fast.
Consideration of minutes of the regular meeting of the Rockland Fire Protection District for Monday, May 12th, 2025.
it should
Minutes.
actually be June 9th.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
wrong.
so sorry.
That was typo on the second.
I'm just reading this and not looking at the notes.
I will
June 9th.
chastise the secretary appropriately.
All right, let me restate that. Consideration of the minutes of our last meeting, which was June 9th, 2025. Minutes look good to me. They have the correct date.
Like everything went fine to me. I looked at them before we came.
I've read them, I believe the truth.
Yes, okay. I'd like to make a motion to approve the minutes as presented.
I'll second that.
All right. Voice vote, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? All right, chiefs, you guys are probably tired of hearing me talk. It's your turn.
I'll go first. Hopefully you all had a chance to review the June monthly. We have 7 total calls, 6 rescues, and a service call. The times are on the back of that page. There were a couple that we found at mutual aid, North Chicago helped us out, and Lake Forest helped us out on a few as well. Those increased our total response times, but the average for June was 5 minutes and 28 seconds from time of alarm to time on scene. And you can see on the first page, the average for 2025 is 5 minutes and 17 seconds. So we did transition to revenue dispatch, so we are in the same dispatch, we're using the same dispatch center as Lake Forest. We're on different channels, but as far as call transfers, that there's still a few hiccups with going to a new dispatch center, but eventually those call transfer delays should be a thing of the past with Lake Forest. And we're slowly trying to be innovative and reduce call transfers with other dispatch centers like Lake County as well. So better than where we were a year ago. With, I think Lakon has taken 6 dispatch centers, 5 or 6 dispatch centers, and job number 1. So that's the start to a consolidation through the county, which is good. So, as far as other reports, the reload just got done with their trifecta of events in the summertime, the reload days. Over Father's Day weekend, 4th of July, fireworks and dog days was this past weekend. I don't know if you ever got a chance to go to dog days this summer, but it's a lot of fun, especially the dog jumping competition in the pool. So all 3 events went off without a hitch, had a really good time, with the exception of some crazy weather at times, especially in the evening, but that's to be expected. Now our public teams and our shifts are just concentrated on block parties. We do a lot of block parties this summer. It's just a chance to go out and hang out with the residents and hear what they have to say if they have any questions. So those are a lot of fun. And then we're just planning for our open house. I can't believe it, October 4th. I know we have a couple months, but just so you know, the theme is charge into fire safety. So it's concentrating on lithium-ion batteries in the home and safe practices with those types of batteries. So we'll be pushing out a lot of public education, just because that seems to be a growing issue
Yeah.
with lithium-ion batteries.
Yeah, we're disposable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Fire Prevention Week is October 5th and the 11th. Just so.
Nice.
All right. So similar with that report, we had 25 calls this last month, which I think is a little more than we usually have. 22 were the rescue calls. I did send you again, with the highlighted sections, just a few of the response times are a little longer, and it actually brought to our attention some internal QM issues with conflicting, where the HR report has one thing about either a response time or whether or not it was emergent, non-emergent, versus the fire report, which is where I generate all this stuff from. So when I send out an Instagram about response times being too long, then somebody snipes back about, we were non-emergent. I'm like, well, the official report says that it was urgent response. We've got to do some internal stuff. So my hope is just the accuracy piece. If I've been pulling data that hasn't necessarily been accurately reflecting some of those times, obviously non-emergent versus emergent is a significant difference when it comes to just how we evaluate those numbers. So good or bad, again, we have the 4 that were highlighted. I know at least one that was not necessarily noted correctly, but I think just sending out a general message from me caught some people's attention just to hear that, because that's not something we typically do for 1 or 2 calls, but when I saw 4, I sort of raised my alarm just to say we have to be paying attention to it. So good or bad, I'll take the heat, but hopefully it just opens people's eyes to it a little too. We didn't have anything significant as far as calls go, like the ordinary and mostly ambulance calls. Sounds like stuff has been going pretty well, and I want to piggyback a little bit with the dispatch thing, just because, ironically, this district is going to see a benefit from that, because now it's not 2 separate dispatch centers that are communicating about trying to get combined responses. Good, bad, or indifferent, like now it's at least the same Glenview dispatch. They may be physically dispatching from, they're in the south center, or the north center, and that's just logistically how it worked out, but the dispatch, the personnel and the centers themselves are going to work a little bit closer together. So I just think inherently there's going to be a benefit to this district specifically with that. And then the other side to that is that we're already used to changing channels, so it's not like you guys moving has made a problem knowing you have to switch over in certain cases. So my hope is that if anybody benefits along the way, this district should see that as well. So that's community-wide. We have a ton of events throughout the summer, but the biggest one coming up is going to be Lake Forest Days. I think a lot of this area goes to Lake Forest Days. It's August 5th and 6th, and it's going to be the carnival, the parade, all the fun stuff. So please keep an eye out, and they're doing a good social media push on that to the city of Lake Forest. But typically, I want to say it's like a 4 o'clock open time on that Tuesday night. The carnival parade's the next day at 10 o'clock. So festivities should be exciting as normal. The location's the same. They've changed the layout, which is making them a little bit more nervous about it, because the beer tent is no longer on the tennis courts, which is a dramatic deal for the residents there. But the beer will still be served. Should be a good time though. Food trucks this year, instead of doing the tent with the Legion serving hot dogs and hamburgers, they're doing food trucks from around the area, a couple local businesses, so that should be kind of nice. We'll just hope for good weather.
So Legion's still involved, or?
It's their fundraiser, so very actively involved, and it's a heavy lift from city staff just to coordinate it all, but it really is the Legion that benefits.
That is a little itty bitty tiny Legion post, so
Oh, yeah.
I always wondered how we managed to pull it off.
Yeah, mostly city services, but that's okay. It's still Lake Forest days, right? Like the name's on it, so
You know,
it's hard to not do it, but.
Every time I run by there or see any of those things, you need to join me.
Do you want me to give them your cards?
Yeah.
If they have the wrong contact, I can help with it.
But I promise I won't stop by. Do it.
It's a good group. Like it is. It's it's a bunch of guys that have been doing it for a really long time. So part of it's they're setting their own ways too, and we're just having to kind of as the changes come. Like some people just get a little more stressed out about it. It's still gonna be a good party. It's still gonna be the same days, same carnival. It'll be a good time. So no worries.
Cool. Anything for Chiefs?
A couple comments. One, thank you again for the transparency, and you guys both know, our constituents are super focused on response times. This kind of transparency and kind of putting it up in front, I think makes people feel a lot more comfortable. And ironically, the whole situation that we had, I guess, a month before last, where you were involved, and I got
The full rests one.
Yeah, and I got buttonholed a few times. It's actually kind of resulted in some positive stuff because people got the information they wanted when they wanted it. We were very transparent, good, bad, and ugly. You know, here's the reality of what it takes to deliver services, and it's been overwhelmingly positive. So thank you for that.
That's good to hear.
You mentioned block parties, Chief. If people in this district, in this area, wanted somebody to stop by a block party, would you be amenable to that?
Of course,
How would we go about requesting that?
you just contact the fire department.
Okay, so please contact,
Yeah,
The district?
I've been asked a couple times about that as well.
Yeah.
For block parties, so.
Yeah.
Contact
So-
Pat.
so, contact Todd. Todd will talk to everybody.
We're the same. I mean, we get those phone calls, and sometimes it's 3 months in advance.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's the Thursday before the Saturday to come by, and like, it's just swing by with an engine. It's always fun.
So people can contact the board, or they can contact you directly.
Yep.
Okay.
Great.
Go.
No, thank you. Chiefs, thank you. Okay, agenda item 7. Excuse me. The district trustees allocate time for those individuals who would like the opportunity to address the fire district trustees on any matter not listed on the agenda. Each person addressing the trustees is asked to limit their comments to a maximum of 5 minutes. Any public comment? No public comment.
So I'd like to propose, and this isn't on the agenda, so I'm just gonna throw it out there as an idea. I have spoken to several people who do actually watch the YouTube video. And so what I'd like to float is the idea, if they have a public comment, that they could mail it to the board and then we'll read it into the record.
I'm okay with that.
I'm fine with that. If I was to get an email from.
Yeah,
a representative or something, or-
yeah, if I was getting an email from anybody, I'd usually just bring it up here if it was something for general board discussion, but yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
I mean, it'd be nice to have people show up, but I understand scheduling and all that, but yeah, if they have a question that they want addressed by the board, absolutely.
Yeah, so
Absolutely.
I would say that to the people watching it online, by all means do that. John, do we need to do something formal to do that? No?
No, public comment would include email or written comments.
Okay. Yeah, so, cause some of our folks are a little, it's a bit hard for them to make it.
Sure.
Now, are those, is that just public comment, or is it open to discuss? Is it just a public comment with no board discussion?
Typically just public comment.
Okay, all right.
I mean, if a resident had a specific question that the board felt it was appropriate to develop an answer to, working with the both of you, that's fine, but public comment generally, as defined, is simply comments from the residents, no give and take back and forth.
Yeah, no, the board is not obligated to reply, but can reply, is that correct?
Yep.
Yeah.
I think the whole point was we didn't want to make a precipitous comment and then that have it become policy, especially without now, I mean, there's 2 departments to consider and then the intersection of those 2 departments. And so somebody asks a question real time and my answer is of course we would do that, and then, you know, and then you're, no, we can't do that.
If the board ever does receive correspondence from a resident with a concern or items that need maybe some data or some looking into, I would ask that you either share it with Chief Rick or myself in advance so we can come to the meeting with that.
Absolutely.
Of
Yes,
course,
you guys
I mean,
have blindsided.
Again, we never want to, like, touch games.
Oh, no,
because
I'm just saying,
I
so
would
we have
expect
time
you
to bring you the information and to bring
Yeah.
the residents the information.
Because, I mean, obviously you're tracking their calls, you're tracking what's going on, but do you have at the tip of your fingers every minute detail? Wouldn't expect you to, so, no, that's totally legit.
Yeah, of course, absolutely.
Yeah. Goes with that. All right, sorry, I sidetracked, thank you.
No, it was relevant. Ish. All right, 30's report.
The only
Yeah,
thing
for
was,
us.
we got an inquiry from the Lake County Board relative to the terms of
I
office.
sent this to you, right, Bruce?
Yes.
Okay. You,
We need to, somebody needs to sign it, we need to send it back to the,
I knew you would have. Just never responded. Did you? To me?
Yeah.
Or to?
Actually, I got it too, and I sent it to you as well.
Okay.
somebody should sign it and send it back to the town.
Yeah, no, that's on me to do that.
Other than that, nothing else.
There's nothing unusual. or
No,
weird.
yeah, it's.
And actually,
it's
that's,
correct.
I should have put that on the agenda, but,
Well, you're leaving tonight.
Yeah.
You want me to take care of this?
if you want to, that's
I
great,
can,
otherwise
yeah.
I'll stick on that rule, it's just a signature. You can sign it or I can sign it.
I'll just email it. It's no problem. I'll take care of it.
Okay, thank you.
Is that all, John?
That's it.
Okay. Agenda item 9, treasurer's report to the board of trustees. Carl.
As the balance sheet as of June 30th, the checking account is at $855,811.29. Reserve account is at $312,606.37, and petty cash remains at $81.75, for total assets of $1,168,499.41. There is no budget tracking report this month because we don't have a budget. We will have one for you next month. That's the treasurer's report.
All right. No budget tracking. Make a motion to approve the treasurer's report as presented.
Second, Mr.
And roll call vote. Trustee Dunn.
Aye.
Trustee Mack. Trustee Malinowski. And outstanding invoices. Carl.
Okay, again, a fairly light month this for June. Comcast $271, commercial gas $43, intersecurity for the quarterly alarm monitoring $120, Lorenzo and Son for 5 lawn mowings at $27 each, $135, and then our legal retainer with all costs and risks for $850 for total expenditures of $1,419.52.
I'd like to make a motion to approve the outstanding invoices in the amount of $1,419.52.
Second that motion.
And roll call vote. Trustee Dunn.
Aye.
Trustee Mack. Trustee Malinowski. Okay. Agenda item 11, discussion action on, we gotta select officers. Well, we did that last month.
We did do that last
We did do that.
Yeah,
Yes.
strike that.
Agenda item 11 is moved to strike. Agenda item 12, other items as may be lawfully brought before the board. I've got nothing.
Me neither.
How are your emails? Any local singles looking at?
I referred all of those to you, El Presidente.
Having done the analysis on that, it's an unusual pattern. In the past, when we get big blocks of spam, they're pretty much hitting knowwhatfire.com, right? They were not hitting knowwhatfire.com, they were hitting you. So I don't know. In the last 30 days, there was like a dozen.
At least.
Yeah, at least about a dozen.
Most of them are from
Nothing to
Southeast
anybody
Asia.
else.
Yeah, I have no idea.
It was kind of unusual. But the good news is they were all from one block of IP addresses, so I just put a block in there and have some of that.
Can I respond to them and give them Marston's email instead?
You have to discuss that with Marcy.
I'm sure our IT department would prefer that we didn't.
I would, yeah.
I'm sure I would prefer that they did though.
Okay, anything?
No, nothing, no.
Good, good, good. With there being nothing else, I'd like to make a motion to adjourn at 6:27 PM.
I'll second that motion.
All right, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Anybody opposed?